Hello students, this is Lokesh Saraswat. I am a biology teacher. Today I am going to start class 10th chapter 1st, life processes. In your daily life, you see many things in your surrounding like plants, animals, vehicles, table, chair, birds. We categorize them as living and non-living things. So as you know, living things are those which are alive and non-living things are those which are not alive. Instead of this, there are many functions which are performed by living things but not by non-living things. And what are these functions? We will study about it in detail. Excretion, performed by living but not by non-living beings. Excretion is the process of removal toxic or harmful elements from the body. Next one is movement. So students, as you know, living things need to move from place to place in search of food. They have to protect themselves from, they need shelter. For this, they move from one place to another. Plants. Plants are also living things, but their movement is quite different from the animals. It means plants' movement is growth dependent. Their roots grow inside the soil in search of water and minerals, and their shoot grows towards the sunlight. Both these movements are growth dependent, right? Next is growth. Living things grow in size, but non-living things are same as they are. Nutrition. Intake of food for getting energy so that they can survive. Living things reproduce. They produce their young ones of their own kinds, right? This function is not carried out by non-living things. Respiration, oxidation of food so that we can get energy. Next is sensitivity. Yes, in our surrounding we get many stimuli, and these stimuli are received by our sense organs. So as you can see here, these all functions are not carried out by non-living things, but this is carried out by living things. These all life functions are together called as life processes. First of all, I will explain nutrition. What is nutrition? Nutrition is the process of taking in food so that living organism can get energy. This energy is very important for the organs so that they can function well. Alright, we get energy from carbohydrates and fats, and these fats and carbohydrates comes from plants because we are herbivores, and plants prepare their own food as carbohydrate. They store this carbohydrate in the form of a starch in their leaves. Alright, nutrition. Now we are talking about mode of nutrition. So it is very simple. Nutrition is of two types. Number first is autotrophic nutrition, and the second one is heterotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition. The word auto means self and trophic means nutrition. And this kind of nutrition which is found in the organism, these organisms are called autotrophs. As we know that green plants are called autotrophs. We have studied about the green plants and the photosynthesis in the previous classes. Now student, I'm dividing autotroph into two parts. Photoautotrophs and chemoautotrophs. It is very simple. Photo means light and chemo means chemicals. It means the organisms which use light energy to produce their food, they are called photoautotrophs, and the organisms which use chemicals to prepare their food, they are called chemoautotrophs. The examples are photoautotrophs, green plants, and here in chemoautotrophs, example are some bacteria. The word hetero means depending on others and troph means nutrition. It means the organisms which are dependent on other organisms for the food requirement, they are called heterotrophs, and this kind of nutrition is called heterotrophic nutrition. Yes, heterotrophic nutrition is further divided into three parts: holozoic, saprophytic, and parasitic. Okay, holozoic nutrition. This is a kind of nutrition in which organism intake of food by the process called ingestion. Then this food is digested, and after digestion the food is absorbed in their body cells. This kind of nutrition is called holozoic nutrition, and this is very common nutrition which you can see in your surrounding, all the animals, human beings and birds. This kind of nutrition is found in them. Okay. Now saprophytic nutrition. The word sapro means rotten. It means these kind of organisms obtain their nutrition from dead and decaying organic matter. These dead and decaying organic matter may be plant or animals. Okay. So examples are fungi. The last one is parasitic nutrition. So you have to know what are parasites. Parasites are those which obtain their food from other organisms without killing them. And very common examples you have listened, right? Lice, leeches, and amarbale. It's a plant which is also called cuscuta. Okay, these are the examples. Lice which are found in the hair of human being, they suck the blood and they survive. Leeches are found in the coastal areas. They stick on the skin of human beings and suck the blood because they get their nutrition from the blood. And one more example is Plasmodium. So have you heard about Plasmodium? Plasmodium is also a parasite which is found in the mouth parts of female Anopheles mosquito. Okay, whenever mosquitoes pinches your skin, the parasite Plasmodium get into your blood and the person will suffer from malaria. I have told